All right. Hello, everyone. This is the UX UI workshop where we will be looking at how to become a UX. Why are they? Melissy, I'm live, bro. So we're going to be looking at how we can become UX UI designers today using a simple program called Figma. So with Figma, we are going to, let me just share. I'm going to share my entire screen with everyone. Here we go. Almost showed you some. All right, so this is what we are planning on achieving today. I had a student that came to me before this. Let me just check if you can see my screen. Yes, you can. I had a student who came to me before this, and they wanted to learn how to improve their designs. So this is what they had at first, where they tried to make a music app, and this is what it looked like. There was a lot of inconsistencies in things that I saw in his work. So I wanted to improve this I wanted to help him improve all of this because I saw he had a lot of potential. Then after working with me, this is what he came up with later on. I will share the link to the video where we actually interview him and he shows us that and he tells us how he improved his thing with our help at Microsoft. But this is what it currently looks like from what he improved. So this is another website he did for a barber shop, and this is what he managed to come up with, which is absolutely beautiful. So today my job is to get you in the door and help you design like this with just this one workshop. So the things we're going to be sharing in this workshop are going to be absolutely very cool, right? So now the thing is we want to ensure that the quality of the shop is kept, and things you learn here is something that you can take home with you, even if you don't join our academy. So we're going to simply start by getting you into Figma. So we want to take you to figma.com. We're going to help you sign in. Then let's do another one. So you would say use single sign in. Okay, I already have the whole account on Figma, so it's not gonna let me do another account. Let me try one more time. You can, oh yeah, here. So here at no account, you can say create one. You can use the email of your choice. Say continue with email. You can put down a password, but since I already have a account on Figma with this email, I'm going to continue. And then once you're done with the steps of signing up, that's when you can get started here on Figma. So just a second. So once you have gotten started with your account, let me just ensure everybody can hear me. I can't see captions. Can everybody hear me? Is there a way somebody send a message or something? Okay. I'm hoping that you can hear me. So I'm going to do this. Just a second. Okay, so just to get started, first of all, this is Figma. This is a design platform. We use it to we use it to design apps, websites. Sometimes you can use it for graphic design. Sometimes you can use it for other things as well that will help that are in the same design field. So here I want to first get started with the basics of color psychology. So, color psychology is where we lay out the groundwork on what type of app, what type of website we want to make. So, as you can see here, there is a lot of logos with different color codes. So, we have Nikon, we have IMB, we have Nickelodeon, Kellogg's, and all of these logos in different colors. And these all demonstrate different types of emotions to the people who are their audience, the people who are their users. So to begin, we want to define the types of colors we want to design for. So usually we start with this because it's important in UX. It's important to know what type of people we are making an app for. Who are the people? What are their values? What do they strongly believe in? What are they trying to see, or what are they trying to solve with our app? And usually our colors can communicate that emotion that's in our application, right? So we can start with the yellows of the world. So you can see there's Best Buy, there's Shell, there's Subway for American people, there's Cat, Natural Geography, all of these different brands, Ferrari as well, McDonald's, DHL. So these brands communicate optimism and clarity and warmth. This is the color of yellow. This is the color yellow communicates, right? Then for the friendly apps, so we have our Nickelodeon, which is a channel for kids and with fun shows. There is Amazon, there is Payless, Fanta, and all of these other companies actually. These are companies that want to communicate the friendliness, the cheerful, the confidenceness of the color orange to their audience, which is why it dominates their whole logo. Then we have excitement. So usually red is excitement, usually red is also danger, but when it's used in a brand, in brand like logos and stuff like that, it's usually communicate some sort of youthfulness and boldness and excitement to their audience. So we have Abo Kellogg's, we have Nickelodeon, Coca-Cola, Netflix, all of these brands, Legos. I don't remember what brand this is, but it's one of the big ones. Then Target for American people as well, KFC, all of these brands just communicate some sort of boldness, excitement, and youthfulness. But another thing is that when you mix red and yellow, it's actually found that it creates some sort of emotion where it dictates hunger. So so for all of these, where it dictates it. Sorry, I'm thinking too much. Where was I? Yeah. So when you mix the colors, yellow and red, it detects it helps you, it helps the audience actually feel some sort of hunger. So that's why they have, for most restaurants, they have some sort of red element. So you see KFC is mostly red, you see McDonald's is mostly yellow. This communicates some sort of hunger in our brains. Then we go to the next one, to purple. So purple does communicate creativity, imagination, and having wisdom, but it also communicates royalty. So if you see a lot of things with purple, it does communicate that aspect of it's a luxury product. So here we have Surf, we have T-Mobile for American people, we have Barbie as well, we have Yahoo. Anyone who still uses Yahoo, you must give me just a comment below and let me know why you're still using Yahoo. Then we have Cadbury, Taco Bell for American people as well. Then for the color blue, which you see in most apps, mostly even banking apps, is blue, where it communicates trust, dependable, and strength, dependability and strength. So with blue, if we're using blue in your applications, you wanna ensure that your audience feels safe using your product. So that's why a lot of banks have some sort of blue elements to them, because for some reason this color communicates like trust and security. So you see with Standard Bank, FNB used to be like that, and all these other applications, right? Then we have green. So green is peaceful. Apologies for that. Green is peaceful and it communicates growth. Let me just turn on do not disturb. How do you turn it on from here? Okay, I'll turn it on my phone. So we don't get any more interruptions. Yeah. So green communicates health, growth, and peacefulness. So a lot of apps with green is about promoting your health aspect, promoting the nature aspect, and promoting the peaceful aspect of the application. So we see here with Animal Planet, of course, that talks to nature. We see here with Starbucks. If you go to Starbucks, you're going there for, even though it's not healthy, but they communicate some sort of healthy version of coffee and all of that, where you have these drinks like a matcha and all of that stuffs that people drink. Then we have, okay, most of these are American, but we have Spotify as well, which promotes peacefulness with their music, and Shelter Garage and Monster and all of these things that you are used to. Then we have the balance. We have the balanced colors, which are the black and white and gray. So black and white is just to keep things neutral, calm, and professional. Usually, this is why we have products like Apple, which is gray, which is a nice balance, which communicates a nice balance for your tech friendly usability. We have Wikipedia, which communicates neutral ground in bring out information to everyone. Honda, Nike, Puma, and all of these brands that communicate all of this. So this is the basic color psychology. So we see it here as well. It's essentially the same thing, what I said. So orange, it's mostly excitement, comfortability. Then with yellow, there's a lot of attention. As I said, it also communicates that hunger aspect. That's why we can see McDonald's there. We can see Cheetos. We can see Lay's as well. You see, it also has that tinge of red that communicates the hunger, and it does the same thing on the red aspect here, on the red colors here. So red usually communicates urgency and excitement and emergency, but it also has that thing that sends that signals to your brain that you must eat this, which is why we have brands like Red Bull, which have red and yellow, Coke, and all these other things, and KFC, etc. So, and then with green, it's growth, balance, and peacefulness. Then with black, it's style and luxury. With purple, it's royalty and sophistication, right? And then with the ones we didn't cover, like pink, so it's compassion and boldness. And then blue, we know that it's security, trust, and protection. And then, yeah, that is the basics of color psychology. So now we're going to come into the main thing we want to show on this, we want to teach on this workshop. So right here, we want, the main point of this is to teach you how to design on a platform like Figma, right? And how to design your own app, even though you've never designed an app before. Let's just say you're a software developer, and you're a front-end software developer, and all your apps function, but they don't look great, which is why you've been having trouble with clients and all of these other things, where you're wondering, this thing works, why don't they just use it? But you also realize that it doesn't look the best, even though it works. So here we're gonna try help you solve that by treating you like a total beginner in app design, showing you how we can make this whole workflow with a random logo that I found. So this is what I did before the workshop, just to show you what we can achieve. So it's a random logo. We have something called a splash page, right? So this is a page that demonstrates, when you open an app, usually there is a logo that pops up for the app. So app like WhatsApp and all of that, there's a logo that pops up that belongs to that app. That's called a splash page. And then it takes you to the actual app where you can start interacting with it. So we have the welcome page here. This is what we call a welcome page. Then you have a button named register. Right. So all of the text here is just dummy text so that I could show you what so I could demonstrate what each page does. So on the welcome page, when you click register, it takes you here to the create your account page. We're going to show you how to do this as well. As you can see, it's not even a lot of elements that go into this, right? It's not a lot, it's just a few. And then there's the create account, the name, email, and all of that. Then we have the terms and conditions page, or we have the login page as well, where we can click and continue terms and conditions. Then it takes you to your app, right? So as we can see already in color psychology, we have the orange aspect. So this app talks about anything exciting in the clothes making industry, is trying to communicate excitement to you. Right, so now that we have that, we are going to actually begin with remaking all of this, right? So we have other things that we're going to do just to get you a bit excited. So here is the app, it's the logo to app challenge. We also going to show you how, if you already have a designed website on Figma, how to import it from Figma to a place where the website is actually going to work. Then we want to show you how to make a website with one single prompt. So stay tuned for that. That's what we're going to be doing. So don't, if you want to learn this, make sure you are still here for the whole workshop to make sure that you learn all these cool things, because I guarantee you, you've never heard of some of the methods that we're going to be showing you today. All right, so let us begin. This is going to, okay, let's cut that logo and use these ones. I'm gonna use the Care Law logo, right? This is our logo. So I'm assuming now you have already downloaded your Figma, right? You already inside. Well, you don't even have to download it, but you already have an account on Figma and you are on this page, right? So now that we have our logo, we are going to try create this whole workflow with just the colors provided from our logo, right? So this is our logo. You can see this is not an official logo, but it's for a lawyer, a law firm or a lawyer association thingy or lawyer company, right? And as you can see, colors that are displayed here is mostly blue and sort of purple, which means what? Trust and royalty, right? They're trying to communicate to the people that they are trustworthy and they will treat them as if they are very important client, as if they are some sort of royalty, right? This is how it is done in color psychology. Okay, now for our first step, the first step for our app, we want to get this frame, right? This iPhone frame we will be using to design our app, because this is an app, so we want to ensure that it fits on a phone. So what we do is click the letter F on our screen. So let me just type it down for you here. So we'll click F to get the frame. So the F stands for frame, right? So let me just put it in here. So we click the letter F. As soon as we click the letter F, you'll notice on our right, it's going to change and give us multiple options. So here we have our phone, we have our tablet, we have our desktop, we have a presentation, a watch, paper, social media, Figma community, etc. Right? So for phone, we want to click on this drop down. Then you can see now we have different options. So we have the Android Medium, and then we have an iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro. It's funny how for Android it's just Android Medium and Android Compact. Mara for iPhone, we have all these options of real phones. I'm not gonna say anything, but Apple is superior. Just saying. So for this one, we will take the iPhone 16 Pro Max, right? Then we will drag it here. So every time I drag a component, I don't click on the actual component because sometimes this doesn't work, but I click on the name of the component and drag it like that. This just makes it easier for us to drag around the components, even though it's gonna have items inside. So if I just press on it, sometimes it won't drag, but I want to drag it using the name. Right? Okay. So now let's take our logo here. Right? We're gonna take this logo here. I want to make sure it fits inside our component, but not in this way. So I'm going to click the letter K. So here, now it's click K, not F, but K on our keyboard. Right. As soon as I click the letter K after selecting my item, it's going to allow me to make it smaller without compromising its shape. Right. So let me just show you what happens if I don't click the letter K. If I don't click the letter K, this is what it does. What is it doing now? For once, it's behaving. This is what it does. It cuts my app. Right? It cuts my item. So we click the letter K, we make it smaller, right? And then we drag it onto our frame for the iPhone 16. So here, this is how we are going to create this page. This is the simplest page, right? We're just gonna put that in here, right? Then we're going to make it a bit bigger by clicking K again and dragging one of the corners. Okay, now we have our splash page. That's how it is. And if you want maybe in a black version, you want to duplicate this, we click Command D or Control D for our Windows people just to duplicate it exactly. Then we click back on the name of the frame here, iPhone 16 Pro Max. We come to design and then we just drag the color. All right. So here, now the thing is here, our logo still has its white background, so we can remove that. There is a plugin called remove background here on Figma, and it allows you to remove the background using AI for free. So if you're paying for a background remover, then you don't have to if you have Figma. So this is the white version. So we can name this the white version. And then we can name this the black version. All right, great stuff. So now we have our splash page for our app, right? So let's just remove this. Actually, I'm gonna put it here just so you guys can remember. So we have the white version, the black version of our app. Already looks very good. So now we want to continue. And instead of trying to resize all of this, I just wanna duplicate this again. So I'm gonna click on the name and then duplicate it. Then I'm going to use it for the next screen that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it under here. So now the next screen we wanna do is the welcome page, right? So we wanna welcome our people here to our application, to our law firm, right? So here we're going to want to make space for our welcome text, the big bold text and the small text that comes with it, and our button, right? So we're going to take the logo, we're going to push it up to the top, right about there where it feels right to you. Then we are going to click the letter R. Let's bring this back. Let's bring this back here. So here we're going to click R on your keyboard. So as soon as you click the letter R, you see our mouse changes. So let me click it again. Focus on the mouse. When I click it, it becomes a plus. So now I can, with this plus, now I want to drag out the shape that it's gonna produce. So it's gonna produce a rectangle. I want to drag it out. You see, this is our rectangle. So you click R and then you just drag it out. Right, there we go. So now that we have our rectangle, we are going to use, oh, sorry, actually, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I made the button first instead of putting in the text. So let's continue with the button. We'll put in the text right after. All right, so our button feels a bit too big. So I'm just going to resize it here by pushing from one of the corners and cutting it down like that. Right, so you see our button is gray, but our low colors are blue and purple, right? So what we want to do here is draw out other rectangles. So you click R. This is where we're going to be keeping our colors that we're going to be using consistently on the app. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna click R again. We're gonna draw out a square. We're gonna click R again. We're gonna draw out a square. We're gonna click R again. We're gonna draw out a square. The reason I drew 3 squares is because here I can see that we're going to have 3 colors, which is the purple, the black, the blue, and then the black for the text. All right. So now we want to ensure we capture all these colors in these 3 squares. So what we do is we click on the square, we come to fill on the right side. So here's fill. You can see there's a code here, D9, D9, D9 with 100%. We click on the actual color here, then it brings us a color box, right? So here we can select different colors that our box should have, right? And we can change it, make it green, blue, all of these beautiful colors, right? The thing is, now we want the exact color that's here, and we don't necessarily know where it is on this color board. So what we want to do is use this pin drop color thing. So it says sample color. So we're sampling the color that is here. So we click on it, and then we come back to our canvas. On the canvas, now you can see I have this pin drop thing. I can go to the color I want to take, and then it shows me what color it is. I click on it, and my whole square becomes that color. Now we want to do the same for the second block here. And this is good to do for your project so that you keep the same colors and keep the same consistency throughout your whole project, right? So here we do the same thing for the purple. We just click it. We come to the pin drop, we click the pin drop, we click on the color, it will change the shape. Then I know for my final color, it would be black for the text that we are going to be using. So I'm just going to drag it all the way to this black corner. And black exists in all the colors, so you don't have to worry which color you want to do. Or you can just type 000 in the color code thing. Right, so now we have learned our basic psychology, basic color psychology. We've shown you how to do a splash page with a random logo. And then now we showed you how to collect colors from your logo so you can use it consistently in your application, right? So I'm just gonna make this a bit smaller, right? So now we have our app colors, right? Which is great. So the next thing, since we were busy with our button, the next thing we want to do is color our button. So now we have three options to color our button. We can make the button black, we can make it this purple, we can make it blue. And from what I'm seeing here, I think the button would be nice as purple, but you can do it as blue as well. So we can click on the button, and then after clicking on the button, instead of coming here to fill and then to this pin drop, I have a simple shortcut for you. it's you just click the letter I. So here, let's do it again. So on your keyboard, you're clicking the letter I. All right. So you select your button, click the letter I, the pin drop comes up automatically. Then you can choose from which one we want to use. So I'm going to use the purple. When I click the purple, then our whole box becomes this color. So this is why it's important to set out these colors as you begin, so that every time you create a new element, you can just click our eye and then do that, or you can click our elements and do that. You see, and it's just easier to do that when these things are already defined, right? Okay, cool. Now we have our button. So what should our button say? Our button should give a clear instruction on what the people have to do. So here for our welcome page, we have register. So it's taking you straight into the login process or the creating a new account process. That's what our button tells us to do here. So we come back to our white version of our law app. We want to add text onto this button. And as you can see, when I click it many times, it doesn't allow me to add text. So what we want to do, as you can see here on my mini toolset thing, we have different shapes that represent different items. So here is my mouse item. So here, if I click here, it will allow me to move items. It could give me a hand tool where I can use it to also move items, but without editing them. And then here I can scale items. So with the letter K, remember, we click K to just make things smaller. That's what we did here. Then we have here, this is our frame. So we remember we clicked F for frame, and it gives us other tool sets that we can use. Then here we have our shape. So we can use a rectangle, which is why we clicked R. We can use a line, where you click L. If you want an arrow, you click L plus the up arrow key. And then if you want a circle or ellipsis, you click the letter O. Then there's a polygon, a star, and then you can also add pictures from your gallery to your project. All right. Then we have this pen tool set, so you can use a pen or a pencil. Then we come to the one we actually need to create the text for our logo, which is text, right? So usually you would click T, or you would just click this T, right? And then drag it out. Whoops. Then just drag the text element out, right? So then you type register. Okay, our text is too big, but let me just type, right? And then since our text is too big and it's not showing, I come here to typography when we make it smaller, right? So we just choose a number to make it that fits our box, around there. Okay, this one might be a bit big, but I think I'll just make the button around it a bit bigger, right? So of course there's spacing lessons we can take. So I'm gonna turn that white using the same method I've shown you. I'll actually add white onto this canvas, this color board thing, so that we have all the colors we use on the app. So we know on buttons we use white for the text. I think I spelled that right. Register. Did I spell it right? Let me just check. Yes, I did. It doesn't look right. So it doesn't look too good. Let me see if we can change the color to here. It will look better. I guess so. I think it's just the way register is written. So I'm gonna use my font name enter. So to find the font, you just go to typography. Then you can see there's a font name here. You click under it, then it will give you different fonts you can use for your project, strictly for free. So one that I use all the time that looks decent is enter. Then here, I think I'm going to write it as all capital register. Maybe it'll look better like that. Okay, cool. It's still, okay, I'm not gonna focus too much on it. It still looks a bit weird, so we're just gonna try adjust it. There we go. Is this centered? There we go. Now everything should be fine. This register looks weird to me. Okay, cool. So now we have a register button. We want to add more of our text. So remember, we want to just click T, right? Click T, the letter T on our keyboard. We click it and then we drag it out. Right, so this is going to be our first one. We're going to say welcome. Welcome. All right, and then we're going to decrease the font size. So I think our last one was 60. There we go. Then I'm going to set the text in the middle. So you see here it's on the side. I want to align it to the center, right? And then ensure that our app is aligned to the center at position. Our text is aligned to the center, right? And then we're going to click T again to do our small paragraph underneath the welcome page. So I'm going to research here, small paragraph. I typed it in all caps so that we can get a small paragraph we can use. I'm just going to copy this. This doesn't matter for now what it is. We just need text that's going to sit here just like this. So now I'm going to use 15, right? So I'm going to ensure that it's spaced out properly. Whoops. Ensure that it's spaced out properly and it looks good. So another thing that you should always do is group your items. So as you can see here, if I want to move this button up, it takes the elements one at a time, right? It's meant to move together because it's one singular button. So what we're going to do to fix this, we're going to click on the text and then we click on the rectangle behind the text, right? And then both elements are highlighted on this side on my left here. Then what we're going to do is either right click and say group selection, or since you are being taught by me, use the shortcut Command G. Right, let me type it out for our people. Command G. Right, this is too big. Command G or Control G, right, for our Windows people. So now that we have our commands here, now that we have our simple commands here, we have made a group. So you see it's named group 5. So for group 5, we know this is our button. Right. So now that everything is grouped, look, when I move it, it moves together. No matter where I click, it moves together. It doesn't move separately, which is what we want. So let's just align it again. There we go. So now this is our welcome page, which doesn't look good to me. Let's see, space it out. Maybe here. And it does take some variations and some time to get our welcome page right, or your designs right. You just have to keep trying as I am here. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I think it's maybe this logo is too low right here. All right. So we have our Command G, Control G, just to thing, and then to duplicate, let me just add it here as well. You have Command D, Control D, So this is to duplicate, right? That's the command. I'm giving you all my shortcuts here, guys. I'm giving you everything I know. Then to group is Command G. So let me just space it out so that it looks like it's understandable. Yeah, I'm gonna make it like that. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we have all of this. Now we have our welcome page. I think this button needs some rounded corners. So I'm going to click on the actual triangle. I'm going to come to my button, click on the triangle. Then we are going to make our corners round. So we come to appearance, right? On appearance, we have this a corner radius. So for corner radius, we can just add our thing, right? So we can add a number that will allow us to shape the corner. So as you can see, the lower the number, the higher the number, the more rounded the pattern becomes. So we don't, for us on this app, I don't want it to be too round. So this is what it's going to look like. Oh, no wonder it doesn't look right to me. The pattern's not aligned. It's not centered. There we go. So now we have our welcome page. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we're going to continue. We're going to duplicate all of this from the white version of our app and the colors that we're using. So now that we duplicate it, because now we don't want to recreate all of these things again. We want to keep the same layout, but we want to do this section of the application. So the logo section of the application, right? Yes, so now we want to do the section, the logo section of the application. We're going to come here. Now we're going to draw our new triangles. All right, so a rectangle, sorry. We're going to draw new rectangles. So we're going to change this header to just say create an account. To create account. All right, we're gonna want our people who are going to be using our lovely application to create an account with us. So I just made the create smaller with the same concept we've been teaching. So I made it with, I just changed the text and then I clicked K to make it smaller. And that's how it is right now. So we have our create our account here. Now we want the boxes people are going to fill in for create an account. All right, so these boxes, these ones, all right? So to make that, we are going to click R. Remember, click R here. Okay, I didn't put it. Let me click R. We are going to click R. We're going to do this one, all right, to create our rectangle. It's a rectangle, right? So here is our rectangle where people are going to input information. So what information are they going to input? We want information for their, okay, let me do it again so people are not confused on what did I just do. So I'm clicking on the text I already have. This is me just being lazy and not wanting to keep creating text. So I take the text I already have, I duplicate it, remember, Command D, Command D, or Control D, right, for duplicate. Duplicate it, I drag it out from here, and I place it where I want it to be. So I'm just gonna make this thing smaller, all right? And I'm gonna make this thing way smaller by clicking K and making it smaller from one of the corners so that it could fit this box. right? And then now the information we want is their full name. And then I'm gonna do the same thing again. Wait, let me just go to typography and align it to the left so that it sits at the edge of what we are making. Okay, we want their full name, right? What other information do we want? We probably want their email address, we want their password if we are creating an account, right? So that they can be able to log in with their unique details, right? So I have my identify my label here, then I have my rectangle where people are gonna fill out. Because I don't wanna keep recreating this, I'm gonna click both of them, I'm gonna duplicate them as we did. So Command D, drag it down, right? So now we have an option for our email. Then we're gonna do the same thing, Command D, and as you see, as soon as I click Command D, it just spaced itself out and just automatically created this whole thing on at the bottom of our thing. So Figma does know when if you're duplicating something and you duplicate it more than once, it now knows where you want to put it. So it puts it at the right spacing for where you duplicated the other one. Right. I hope hopefully that makes sense. Just let me know in the comments if this doesn't make sense, and we're probably gonna make a new video of it. Right. Okay, now I can see the comments. Let me just say show on stream so that we can all see them. Right. Okay, great stuff. Great stuff, guys. So we are going to continue. Now we are going to add email here. Then we're going to add password here. All right. But now this doesn't look, the gray boxes don't look that pretty or look nice, right? So what we want to do is ensure that here is white, because most of these boxes you find are usually white, and we did it white here at the top, right? So we wanna ensure that went too far. The thing is white, and we wanna ensure the thing is white, but as you can see, if it's white, it fully disappears. So we need to add a border to it, right? So the way to add a border to this is create a stroke. And then as soon as you click stroke on here on the right side, it will give you this black outline of the text, right? So now you can see it's an actual thing to create to input the information. We want to do that for this one. We come to stroke on the left, we just click on stroke. Then we also want to take away the white that is here. So we come to the color board, we go all the way to the top. Oh no, sorry. This is for the stroke. We go back to fill, right? The fill is the inside of the box. We go to fill and we take it all the way up. We do the same here. Go to fill, take it all the way up, and then we add a stroke so that we have this outline here. Okay, great stuff. We are moving. This is looking like a real app that we didn't just make up, right? So now we have our create our account thing. Usually there is some text that's there, so I want to use this text here just to give it more filling so that it doesn't look plain. So now we have our we'll just say create an account and make create an account, create an account you can stay updated for all your law insights and stuff. It's a very, very professional law firm. They say and stuff on their applications. very professional. So now we have our three options, to input text, right? So now we want to do a effect that puts a placeholder on what the full name, what the email, what the password should look like. So you'd see this on a lot of apps so that it helps people know what they are typing. So they know in the name when it says Mr. Philip, they that's where you put your name, Mr. Jordan or Mr. whoever. Your email says Mr. Philip at gmail.com. You know Mr. Jordan at gmail.com. Phone number, but for here we have our password. So password, they use asterisks, those little star things, right? So we want to do the same thing here. So if you're like me, you are very lazy. We like to reuse elements that we've created. So we will duplicate and then duplicate all of this. You saw I selected all of it. I'm gonna duplicate all of it. We're gonna drag it into the box, but you can see it's not visible because it's behind the box. So to make it come up in front of the box, we are gonna click the I forgot what we're gonna click. Oh yes, you here, bring to front. It's this is this square bracket here, right? But you can just right click, then you can say bring to front. Bring to front, it brings all these texts to the front. But you can see now these things are too similar to the things we already have. So a trick I like to do is to decrease its opacity. So I'm decreasing how visible it is. That's what opacity is. So here you can see here by 100% is the 100% opacity. So it's 100% visible. Let's see what happens if I make it 50% visible. You see, now it's more grayish. Let's see what happens if I make it 20% more visible. You see, now it's even more gray, it's less visible. If I make it 0%, now it's totally invisible, but we want to keep it somewhere around 50 and 20. All right, so I'll just stick to 20 because it looks good. And then here we can just fill in dummy information on what should go in. So we say Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan at gmail.com. Right. Then here for password, we just put these asterisks. So I found my asterisks on eight on my keyboard. So I press Shift 8 multiple times. There we go. Now we have our asterisks. I'm gonna center them because they don't look centered. But yes, this is how we create that element. Now, remember, all of these elements move by themselves now. So what do we have to do to ensure that these elements, when I click, because full name is its own thing, email is its own thing, and password is its own thing. What should I do to ensure that all of this is moves by itself and all of this is grouped? What is the command that I do? Let's see if we have people who have been paying attention in the comments. I'm just gonna give 1 minute to the people to tell us what shortcut will allow us to group these elements. Let us see. Just 1 minute for people to just put in their comments quickly. All right, guys, how do we add pictures? Oh, there's a comment here. Let me see if it will show it. Oh, there we go. It's Taffy's Universe says, how do we add pictures our own logo. So that is easy. Great stuff, guys. You see, we have people who are listening and doing well. So everyone is saying Control G, Control G, Control G. Okay, great stuff, great stuff. So how do you add pictures? So your own logo. Let's say, I probably do have stuff here that I could probably put that won't be private. So if you want to add your own picture, my shortcut is, let's use our shortcut thing again. My shortcut is command. So we have our command or control for our Android, for our Windows people. We have command plus shift plus K, right? So as soon as I say command shift K, it will bring me to my files app where I can select an image. So I'll just select this one. Then now you see on my mouse, it has the image. So I can just click, then it brings the image, right? So that's how you do that. Tiffany's Universe, Tiffy's Universe. You'll forgive me how I say your name. But yeah. All right, great stuff. Control G, Control plus G, Control G, Command G. Great stuff, guys. I'm happy you are following along. So we are going to do that. We're going to click our full name. We are going to click our rectangle. We're going to click our Mr. Jordan, Command G, right? We're going to do that for email, mrjordan@gmail.com. We're going to do that for our rectangle, Command G. We're gonna do that for password, the asterisk, and our thing, Command G. Right, great stuff. We have that thing. So now we can, if we wanna move it, we can just move it like this, right? Cool, Leo. Now we're gonna go into our next thing. But before that, I'm seeing that these corners here are too sharp for our frame. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to come to appearance here at rounded corners. I'm going to click, I'm going to do 20. 20 is too much. I'm going to do 10. And I'm going to do that the same for this one as well. 10. I'm going to do the same for this one as well. 10. Okay, great stuff. Now you guys know how to create a splash page. You know how to create a welcome page. You know how to create a account page. I want to do the black version of each as we go on. So let me bring all of this side. I'm gonna duplicate this, bring it here. Actually, no. Let me just duplicate the actual white version of it. Duplicate that. I'm gonna click that, and these two texts here. I'm gonna click both of these texts. I'm going to click our eye to bring up this icon thing, and you want to ensure that the letters, the words are in white because our background is gonna be in white and black, right? So I'm gonna click the white part here. Then we're gonna click the main frame. So we're gonna click on the name of the frame. We're gonna come to fill. By fill, we're just gonna drag this here, right? And as you can see, our logo still has its background. So we come to our tool sets, we say remove background, and we're gonna remove this whole background. Okay, while we wait, remember guys, we still have a lot of fun stuff to do. We're still going to help you import your current Figma design. So if you have a website on Figma and you want it to be interactable, we're going to show you how you do that. Then we are also going to make a website with AI. So this is going to be the best part of the workshop because it's going to show you that our world has really changed and you can do really cool stuff in small amounts of time, right? Okay, now we have the black version of our thing with our logo cut out. We want to do the same for this one, right? We're just going to duplicate it. Yeah. And from the duplication, we're going to select all our elements that have some sort of black. So we are going to select the name. We're gonna select this text. We're gonna select our frame. We're gonna select our email. We're gonna select this frame. We're gonna select the password. We're gonna select this frame. And what are we gonna click? We're gonna click I, and then we click the white part, right? Then we come to the full version. I mean the name of the thing. We're going to click the letter black. Let's remove the background here as well. Then now we have our black version of the application. So not only are you learning how to make the app, but now you know how to make it in different versions. So you can make it in white, you can make it in black. Is this valuable to everyone? So I have a comment here. Says, how do you, hold on. How do you type the letter? I got a bit lost. How do you type the letter? So I'm guessing you want to know how to add letters or add text onto your thing, onto your application. So what you do is you click the letter T. So we have click T somewhere here. There we go. So click T on your keyboard, right? Whoops. So let's come here. We click T. You see our, let me just show you, it's going to change. So here's our mouse, right? We click T. We drag it out. That's how we do it. Can you, is this, let me see, maybe here it's not as visible. Let me put it like this so that you guys can see a bit better. Yeah, I'll add it like this. Maybe it'll show you a bit better, but let me try that again. So we click the letter T on our keyboard, we drag it out, and then now you can see it's ready for us to type. So we can type text. Okay, I don't know why my text always this big, but we can adjust it by adjusting the size here at typography. And then we can, okay, it didn't adjust. Why didn't it adjust? Let's try it again. There we go. There we go. Here. There we go. That's how you add your text. So you click the letter T, you drag it out, and then you start typing. That's how we do it. Hopefully that answers your question and probably anyone else who was lost. Okay, great stuff. Are you guys finding all of this super valuable? Are you at least learning something? You'll let me know in the comments. Hi, chat overlay. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do so that you can see my full screen. Okay, cool. So we have all of that. Now we want to create our dashboard. All right. So for this terms and conditions, we can create it very quickly. We don't have to spend too much time on it. So we just take the welcome, the welcome page, right? We put it underneath here. We changed this big text to terms and conditions. Usually a lot of apps do have this, so it is sometimes required. So I'm just going to show you how you create it quickly. Remember, we just duplicate Command or Control D. Let's space it out. Then we make it smaller by clicking K. Make it smaller, terms and conditions. I'm going to copy this and just do another paragraph so we don't have to type it out. Now we have our terms and conditions. Then to create this little circle here, where is that? To create this little circle here, put in the comments, what do you think we should do? Let's analyze the circle, then put it in the comments on what do you think we should do. I'm gonna give us another minute just to see if somebody can get it right. Let's see. Okay, nothing yet. Just one more minute, analyze, and then let us know how we can create this little square here based on what we have done already. Let's see. Okay. Our time is moving very quickly, so I'm just going to continue. Right. So what we do is like how we did for these big text input rectangles. We do the same thing but on a smaller level. So we do the same thing. We click R, we put in a small square like that, right? We come to fill, we make it totally white, right? Then what do? We add a stroke so that it has that border thing at around the square we just created. Then all we have to do then is add our roundness to it. So 10 is too round. 5 looks good. Oh. Okay, let me close this. Let's make a noise. Let me just close here. There we go. So now we have that. Now we can add our the thing that lets us know what they are clicking. So term conditions may apply or something like that. Thing. We do that. We shape it here. Great stuff. We're gonna municipal conditions there. Now we can put it here by the button. Then we can probably change the button to continue. And just change the text of the button to continue. Okay, that doesn't look good, so we put it here. Okay, there we go. Then to make it white, the black version as well, same thing. We click on all these elements that have black on them. We click our color, we make it white, then we change the whole background. We change the fill. Hold on. Clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. We change the fill. We put it black. And now terms and conditions apply. Take out to remove the background. Now we have most of our app basically completed. Most of our app basically completed. That is how we create this quickly from scratch. So here we're designing our logo from scratch. Here is how we do it. And then the dashboard, it will depend on what these things usually have, but this is how we are creating. This is how you can create this whole app with just a logo with the colors. So don't forget to take your colors with you. But since we kept duplicating and using the same elements, we didn't really need the colors. All right, so that's fine. But once you're creating your dashboard and creating setting screens and all of that, you could definitely use. So now we created our login stuff for our new app, just that we don't know what the dashboard may want to see. So we are just going to skip it, and we're also running out of time. So we're gonna come to the next one. So we're here on these logos, we were going to do another one, do the same process, but now I want to give it to you students to actually do it on the current thing. Oh, we have some answers. how do you type? I got lost. Click R, and then adjust the square. Perfect. So now we have another thing here. It says, so if I get you well, you mean the screens will determine how the dashboard would look like. Yes, technically, I'm not understanding. I'm not. Just send me another question again so that I can just understand what you mean, and then I will explain it further. Saying here, how do we create the button? So the button, we do the same thing as we've been doing. All right. So maybe you didn't get to see, but we click R. All right. So we wanna give the shape to the button, the round shape of the button, right? So we click R, right, to create our rectangle. Then we drag it out, right? So now we have a dragged out rectangle right here. Then let's use the same colors or similar colors from here. All right, so now we have the button and its background. So now we need the text for the button. So the register or the continue or any other thing, right? So now we've put in the rectangle. Right now we need the text that's gonna go with the button. So we click T, then we drag out the T, the thing, the text. Now we can type login. We'll just use login just to be different for now. Then we want to ensure that this button is bigger. So I click K and drag it and make it bigger. Right? There's a lot of dragging and dropping, and a lot of copying and pasting if you design like me, yeah. So now technically this is our button, right? So now let's just make the corners rounded by coming to appearance. Then we are doing the 10. Then we just put it as 10 so that we have these nice rounded corners that would go. Why does this look like a better button than this? Let me see. Whoops, didn't group it as we were teaching you. So I'm going to group it. Then here at group 8, I'm going to say button. So I know it's a button, right? I'm going to put it in. It's too big, but there we go. There we go. Just a bit higher so it matches. But yeah, that is how you create a button. You talked about designing the dashboard. You mean the screens will determine how the dashboard would look like? Yes. So I talked about since we have the login thing and we were about to make the dashboard. Since I don't know what exactly this lawyer care thing would look like, we can actually do a quick example now and just see what other people are doing. But yes, the screens that you have currently will determine how your dashboard looks like. So let's just say lawyer app dashboard. Okay, it's a lot of charts. Let's see here. You can do your cases. Let's see here. Capture, you can record audio. I'm not seeing anything interesting. Let me try. This one is the last one. Okay, I'm not seeing anything interesting that speaks to the lawyers, but yeah. Yeah, so let's just look at this dashboard quickly. This one here. So as soon as this is for a clothing line that we did for this example app, right? So as soon as you in the dashboard, you see the logo, we see this menu text. So if you want to access settings and whatever, you see that you can click on that and access settings. We see the logo, and then we see the profile aspect there. So let's do that quickly so that at least when you leave here you know how to create a proper dashboard for yourself. So now we are done with most of these elements. I would delete them, but I want to put them to the side, right? I'm going to take out the button. Then we are going to try recreate. Let us see. I don't want something too complicated. No, 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 no. Okay, let's let's go to Dribble and see Lawyer apps. Yeah, this is. I want to make sure that after this workshop, everyone here is basically a designer and knows how to get started in design. So now you should know all the tips and tricks that will help you get started with in design you have. We can do this one. We can do this one. I'm going to try do it as quickly as I can. And I'm just going to walk you through it, how I'm doing it. So I just took there. I'm gonna do morning Sarah. I just took the image there, I copied it, and then I just pasted it onto my Figma. So Figma does allow you to just copy and paste all the stuff you see on the internet, or all the images you see on the internet, very quickly. So what we have here, so now I'm teaching you a new skill on how to take how to redesign things that you see, right? So what do we have here? We have a circle, we have text, we have that rectangle, as you can see. Let me just zoom in so you can see. We have the rectangle with two pieces of text and a circle and an icon. We have another circle and an icon. We have text, and a rectangle. This is how I see apps, by the way. Rectangle, text, easy peasy with a footer. Let us try recreate this super quickly. Okay, I'm gonna use the colors of my dashboard. So we first want to start with the circle. So we come here to Eclipse, we drag it out, but you see it's a bit wonky and weird. So what I do to keep it a perfect circle is click Shift, and now you can see even if I move it, it stays the same shape. So now we have that for the profile. We gonna need it for the search icon, right? I'm just gonna build out the basic structure before I add the text. So we can say good morning, Jordan. We used Jordan at first. Then right, then we gonna do that. Now we come to these two rectangles here. So I'm gonna create one rectangle. I'm going to create one rectangle. I'm going to give you a reason why I'm doing one rectangle here. And this is just showing you how I think about things when I design. So I'm going to do one rectangle, and I'm going to add my text. I'm going to add my text here. I'm going to say 42. I don't know why 42, but that's the number. Then I'm going to type workers helped, right? I'm gonna stretch out this text. I'm gonna make it smaller. I try to do it quickly in under 5 minutes. So now we have this, right? Then this is where our colors are important. So now all these colors that we remade, this is where they're important, because now I can start using them in our app. So I can click the background, make this that color, then make our text white. You see, now it's starting to look like a app that people use, right? So I'm gonna ensure I group all of this, right? Group. Then what do I do to recreate the same thing on this other side? I duplicate it and we bring it to this side. You see, it's fantastic. Now that we have this, we can, a thing I like to do as well, just to make the thing stand out, I like to take away some of the opacity, right? So I come to fill, we take out how visible it is. Okay, it's not looking good. Let me see. No, it doesn't look good at all. So I'm going to just bring it back. We're just going to continue and pretend that didn't happen. right? So now the next, we're going to just leave these icons out. So, okay, let's actually put the icons. So we're going to come to a platform called Flat Icons that I use. On Flat Icons, how many minutes left with? Oh, 40. Let's see if we packed all of the rest of the things to this 40 minutes, right? This file icon, right? So we come to Flat Icons, we search up profile. It should give us something. Okay, here, this is what we are looking for. So this profile icon, right? So we can just copy that image. We can paste it in our Figma. Then we can just make it smaller to fit our app. So we can put it here, and then we can put the ellipse around it. Ooh, it's wonky again. So to make it unwonky, I have to click Shift, right? Then that I bring this icon to front so that it sits behind this ellipse. All right. Okay, nice. Now we have our first thing. So I'm gonna delete this, duplicate this because I am lazy. Whoops. These two are not inside my group. That's why. So I just pasted it inside my group. There we go. Then we're gonna duplicate the whole group. We bring it this side because I am lazy. Then now what icon are we looking for? Location icon. So we say location at flat icon. We come to flat icons, we click location. We can take anyone. I can just copy that image. Then here on icon here, so it's image 10. Here it's highlighted. We just paste it on top of that. Then it changes. Now we have our first part of the app. Now we want to do the second part very, very quickly. So we come back again, we do it again, we click rectangle, we drag it all the way, just ensure that it's aligned to all your elements. Alignment is very important. So we're going to see if using this color is beautiful. No, let's use our black because we do have black in the application, right? So our black, I'm just gonna round the corners now. See, there's some structure to it. So now we're gonna add our text as well. It's not allowing me to add text directly, so I'm gonna type in further information, right? I'm gonna drag it in, gonna make it white so that it appears, right? Let's fix our lettering so it looks professional. Information is spelled terribly, as I usually do. Information, probably that's how you spell it. Then we just try and make it smaller, right? Okay, cool. Now we have, whoops, messed it up. Now we have this here. Then we're just gonna duplicate this text so we don't have to type it again. So 30 out of 40 are complete. All right. And this is basically what we do as UX designers. We just take what other people have worked on and just apply our own style to it. Then we want to decrease this font to, let's say, 15 so that we can see that it's different stuff, right? So now we want to create this bar thing right here. So I was going to ask people, but we are running out of time, so just going to explain it as I go. It's the same process again. The R is your best friend. So you pick it, you drag it out, right? You drag it out. But as you can see, our one has very hard corners. This one has very soft one. It's very rounded corners, sorry. Ours is very squared off corners. So we come to appearance, we adjust the corners, and then now we have our corners, right? Then we can see that we have just this bar, but there's another one indicating how much they've done, right? Okay, we're not going to create every single element in this thing. Oh, okay. Okay, I almost did it the long way around. So what we can just do, you already have Command D, Control D, just duplicate it, then make it shorter. We just make it shorter, right? Then we can change the color to, let's use this blue, right? You see? So now it indicates the things that we have to do. So this is just me creating our dashboard. So let me just, I forgot to put Mr. J here. Let me say J and drag it in. There we go. J, and then we just need this profile icon. Copy white version. I paste it here. So now we have our profile. Come here and take this logo. You can copy, take, and whoops, I pasted the. You can just, let me just duplicate this. Take this logo and just put it there in the center. So we know this is the care law and whatnot. Okay, but here we don't need, if we have profile, we don't need this. Instead, let's put our hamburger menu. We call it a hamburger menu because it looks like a hamburger. We can take hamburger menu on flat icons. We do the same procedure. We just paste it in. We make it smaller and then put it in there. Whoops. There we go. Now we have a hamburger menu. Then now we're doing this one for the cases. So let's do R again, drag it out. We do the corners. It's too much. I forgot it was 10. Our corners are 10. Then we can add the ellipsis. So let me just change this color. Okay, a lighter version of this color, let's say 60. All right. See, it's starting to come together. We just have to do this. So there's just not too much space lurking. Right, okay, nice. Now we have our ellipsis. I click the letter O. I click the letter O, and then when you want to add your icon, or let's say paper, not page, paper, right? That represent the cases for our law people. I'm gonna make this smaller. We just paste it from flat icons. Right, then we're going, sorry about, no man, it's playing with my feelings now. So we're gonna do that. Then we can say cases. I think that's what it says. Sorry, cases open. Right, then we're just gonna do the opposite. Oh no, it's not grouped. Remember, you see why grouping is important, because now I can't just duplicate. I'm gonna select all of this. I'm gonna click Command G. Then I'm gonna duplicate it and bring it to the bottom. Right? Then basically now we have our app. You see, we have our app dashboard. This is the dashboard. And we can use, and then for the dark version, you just do the opposite. It's gonna take some time for me to do it, but yeah, that is how we create our dashboard. Usually you find inspiration on platforms like Dribble, right? Let me just show you Dribble quickly. So you find inspiration on these platforms. There's a lot of people who design stuff like this, and you can just use elements from their designs to make yours very nice. You see, for their login process, they have this indicator. They have big headings with a lot of shading and a nice image, and a get started, create wallets. You see, you have a lot of options that can help inspire you to do what you need to do on your application. So I hope hopefully that answers your question, sir. Yeah, hopefully this answers your question. Great stuff, guys. So just give me up in the comments if you found that helpful, informative, or you just learned something. Why is this really dark? Oh, okay, because of this. Cases open, cases closed. Yeah, just a thumbs up, guys, just to let me know that this is very valuable to you. And if you are learning something today. Okay, coolio. Now we're going to go into the next section of our workshop. So we are going to forget about these apps, right? And then we're going to import a website from Figma onto a platform which a lot of people probably know, right? So this platform is okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad this is helpful. So now we have a website here that we are going to make interactable. We're gonna make this website work, right? So this is a basic website I was creating for like my personal portfolio, but this is like a long ago. This was a long ago, right? So okay, this website has a lot of elements. So I wanna ensure I delete all of these things so we don't spend too much time importing all of this. No, I don't need this section. Okay, cool. Just gonna, whoops. All right, so we have this website. It has its own different sections. It's structured in its own different ways, right? So there's big text, small texts. I wanted to put a video file in here of me talking and explaining to people what I do. There's an about page about me and what I can deliver. So my UI, UX, my prototyping, my feedback on delivery for people of that stuff. Then testimonies. So I was gonna have my clients here and put them accordingly. Right. So, and I actually do have my own portfolio that I used, but I don't use as much since I do have employment. But I could just show you quickly. I created mine on Framer, I think. Let me just show you. Yeah, this was mine. So you can see Phila Ngwenya. Well, these were all the projects that I've worked on. And you see, it's just a nice and clean website, just explaining the things that I used to do, right? They just explains a bit more about me. But yeah, this is something you would, if you're a UX designer or even if you are a software developer, cybersecurity, you'd want to display your personal project, your project that you've worked on in a way where people are captivated by how you structured your stuff and how clean your website looks and how easy all your projects are for them. That's the point of doing a personal portfolio, so that you shows the people that you're a professional, right? So now, if you've used all the skills that we've learned here on how to create a basic app, you can use them to create a website. But the only difference is when we click our letter F, instead of you being here by the phone, you are gonna be here by the desktop. So you can see MacBook Air, all of that. So you see let me just take it to the phone. No. When I take it here to the phone, you can see it's wider than the phone, right? it's wider than the phone, so you put more elements here. Right. So yeah, so after you have done that, now we want to ensure that this website works. So we come to let's close all of this. We come to Wix Studio, right? Wix Studio is a website building application, so you can use it to build your own websites. We create an account on Wix Studio. So you just click, okay, I already have my account here. Let me just log out so that I can show you the login process. So as soon as you come to wixstudio.com, is the wix.com slash studio, you can come here to get started, right? Get started or log in, but I already have things. So you're gonna I already have details here. So I don't have to go through the step, but you come here, put in your email, confirm your email, you choose your password, then you sign up, right? So let me just say what's going on now. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna log in, allow, log in. I'm gonna use this account. Okay, then so you can get a studio template, right? So you can get templates that you can work with and just customize them, which is why Wix is super cool because it gives you nice templates. But us, we want a blank canvas because we already have a website that we have designed on Figma and we just want to add it to Wix. So I'm going to click on blank canvas. Let it load, and then we're going to import everything from the Figma design onto our current website. So this is just a quick tutorial. It's not going to take as long as the other one did. So here is our canvas. So we have business name and all of this. Want to get rid of all of this. So I want to delete that and I want to delete that. Then now, as you can see, on Wix, it allows us to create our own template elements. It gives us design kits that we can just plug in, right? So a graded template, all of these beautiful stuff to create your website. So if you wanted to use this one, you just click it, then it comes onto your dashboard. Now you have a nice and clean, website thingy. So now we don't want that. We want to import our own website. Go away. It's not going away. There we go. Okay. I want to import our own website. So we look for a plugin called, we come here, we click on this section, then we look for a plugin called Wix Framer to Wix Studio. Right. So if you on your thing, you can just install this plugin and it allows you to import anything on your Figma onto Wix so that you can make it a functional website. Right. So the setup process is easy. So we can set up export, right? So what we have to do, you have to connect our current Figma file to Wix Studio. So we come here, we want to copy the Figma URL. We want to open Wix Studio site and then paste the link under the tools import Figma, right? So here, let's close this. So here, this blue button here on share, we want to copy this link, then come to our Wix platform. So this is Wix right now. We want to come here at the top left here by the hamburger menu. Want to click that drop down. Want to go to tools, as they said, tools. Then on tools, we can see here there is import from Figma. There we go. We click that. Then now, as soon as we click it, you see it's saying Figma file. It wants us to paste the Figma file here that we copied the link to. Then we just paste our Figma file. Then we connect Wix to our Figma. So now you see it's picking up UX elements, which is my current Figma file where we are teaching all of this. All right, so now it's taking, oh, sorry. Now it's taking some of the things that I was working on to put in, but we don't want that, right? We don't want that, so we want to take this one. Why, wait, what? Why is it doing this to me? Okay, yeah, now we can take this one. We can go back to our Figma to Wix Studio, right? We can set up and export. So we've done this. We've connected our Figma file on Wix Studio. Now we can say we are done connecting my file. Then you can make sure that you have to match the exact width this file has. This step is not really that important right now. I just want to show you how we export every section onto our Wix platform. So now we come here to the project. You see here we can export styles, so the colors and fonts and all of that separately. We can export the frame, so the whole frame, or just frames inside the frame, or we can use their own wireframes, right? So as we want to export frames, so you can see I clicked on blog and the blog thing is showing up here. So it's showing that I can export this blog element, but we don't want to just export that alone. We want to export this whole thing. All right, so we want to do all of this in sections. All right, so up here, if I click on this frame, you can see I can export this whole section into Wix. Then after I've exported it, I come here, refresh, import. And then it's loading the things from Figma. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading, loading. You see it tells us we are missing these fonts, but that doesn't matter for now. All right, so now our thing is showing up. So this thing is showing up here. So we can add the frame as the whole page. We can add it as a section. We can add it as a container. So usually when I do this, I like to add it as sections. All right. So now you see it's adding it and it's making all the buttons that are meant to be buttons compatible. Okay, it's still loading the images. And yeah, now we have our Figma. Okay, it cut the back part. Sorry. It cut the back. It's not showing the back. Let's just do that so I can see. Okay, so we wanna increase this and then decrease this. No. So I wanna move the section. This thing likes playing with my feelings sometimes. I don't like it. There we go. That's what I want to do. So I want to ensure these things at the back are thing. So now here, now we have basically part of our thing, our website added, right? So we have home, we have an about, we have a work portfolio, blog, and content. So once you're done creating on your Figma, you can now use this to make the things interactable. So let's just say we wanna let's make a new page, manage pages. Then we add a new page. Let's just say a standard blank page. So blank page. Then here, let's add just this basic thing. And we want to make these buttons up here. Let's say the about button. Let's just get closer. No, I don't want to upgrade. Don't want to upgrade. They like taking our money, these people. So I want to make this about. Oh no, why did it become a thing? Where was that option? Oh, I didn't import it properly. Let's try it here. Okay, it imported all of these as images instead of buttons. And sometimes it does do that. So you just have to control. Let's see, let's try it for this button so I don't have to remake all of this. It didn't work here as well. What is it doing to me on presentation day? Why is it doing this to me? Let me just fix this. I like this. Okay. Okay, it's playing with my feelings. So what we want to do is we want to just add our own button from Figma, right? We are going to come here to background. We are going to click on new theme. Then here at the bottom, it'll allow us to change the theme to the background. Why can't I see? There we go. Start now. Let me say about. Right. So Figma is very easy to use. You could have another workshop. I mean, not Figma. Wix is very easy to use. You can have another workshop just designing on Wix, and then as soon as we are done, we can link this button. Then it's here by page, and then it's asking you which page. Then we can say the black page that we just created. So and then we can publish, save and continue. Just give it a second to publish. Okay, now our website is done. Right? It's just taking a bit of time to load, but here's our website. Here's everything. You're just gonna have to add the buttons to it. So when we click on the about button we made, it brings us to the page we added on that dummy page, right? So now we are going to repeat some of the steps from the Figma so that you guys see. Then just let me know of any other questions you guys have. Okay, you guys said it's very helpful. Yes, I did. As a beginner in UX, love to hear it. I got a thumbs up as well. Thanks, guys. I'm happy that we have people who are getting value from this. Right. So now we go to the next section of our website here. We do the exact same step. We just click on the whole section. You see it shows up here. So every element you click, it will show up, right? So if I click this, it will show up. If I click this, all of this. But I want to import the whole section so I don't have to redesign it again on Wix, right? So we're going to export the frame. Then we come back. Instead of coming back all the way up here, you can see now the Figma icon is here at the bottom of the tool. So we just click on the Figma icon, brings us back to where we were. Then you can see it's showing us what we already have. What we want to do is refresh the import. Did we? Yes, we exported the frame. Just want to refresh the import. Then we have to ensure that this is a section and not the full page. We add the section to our site and it will automatically do the things for us. You see, it's putting everything from our Figma onto this thing. Okay, this thing is now covering, which is not good. So we want to just drag it up so it doesn't cover our new section. And we want to do the same step for, we can do let's build together, right? We export the frame. Then we come to import from Figma. We refresh the import. Just super, super simple way to create a website once you're done designing. So we add it to site, and now we will soon have all the stuff we put together on thing. And sometimes it does mess up the layout. You just have to stretch it out a bit. So here it messed it up a bit. So I just stretched it out and now it is completely fine. Let me see. Yes. Then we can also fix there's the containers two rounds. So we come to corners, we just make it smaller. It makes all the containers smaller. And now we have the other part. Okay, now it swapped the sections of our thing. Remember, this beyond the lens was first. So what I want to do is I wanna right click. I click on the section. I wanna right click it. I move it up so that it follows the right order in which I put the stuff. Sometimes it just swaps the sections, but it's not a problem because you can just move the sections back up. All right. So then now we're doing our last one. We click the thing, we export the frame, and we come to Wix, we click the frame, we click Figma, the Figma icon at the bottom, we refresh the import, just wait for it just a bit, and then we're gonna put it in and publish so we can see what that looks like. Then after here, we're going to be designing a whole website with just a single prompt. I'm going to show you a very cool platform you can use just for that. So we ensure it's a section, and then we add it to site. Okay, while there is there, I'm just going to check if we have any comments or questions. Okay, I think we are all good. Nobody's confused. Nobody has a question. That's great. It's great to hear. That means what I'm doing is actually coming in and helping you guys understand just what we do as UX UI designers and how to create an app, how to create a website. This is what we just did. Now, soon I want to show you how you create a website with just a single prompt. So we have our last section added. Oh, sorry. I have our last section added, but now it's in the middle of the two sections. So do the same thing. We click on the section, we right click, and then we say move down. Then it's going to move it to its correct section. And now let us publish and see what our website looks like. Great. And that is done. There we go. So here is our nice and neat website, right? Let's build together discovery, UI, and prototyping service delivery, trusted by the clients. Then yeah, that is our full website. Now the thing is there's a section at the bottom that is not meant to be there. Let's publish and fix that. So as you can see, you can create really cool stuff with this. And I just want to show you a site I created for someone. It's Africa using Figma. So this is the site. We use the same process that I'm showing you now. We went through the whole development process to develop this website for them here on Wix. The same program, you can see about company, everything. All right. We added videos, added footers, the whole shebang. We go to below careers. We added all of this with the process I just showed you. All of this. Okay, I was scrolling too fast. You didn't see the animation. But yeah, all of this was made with Wix. So that's the power of Wix and using Figma to create your sites. Then you can also use what do they call it? The templates that Figma already has to just do your thing. So now that we have done this section, we can move on to the next one, which is making a website using AI, right? So I want to introduce you to a platform that that's called, I almost said that I call bothered you. a website called bolt.new, right? So here it is, bolt.new. Maybe I can put it in the chat. Where is, oh, there it is, bolt.new, right? So this site will allow you to create websites with a prompt. So it's your chat GPT for websites, right? And then a cool thing is you can import stuff from Figma. You see here, you can import stuff that you already made from Figma and help you make this application. So what I want to do is I have a prompt here for you guys. It says create a modern personal portfolio website for UX designer named Phila Ngwenya. The site should look clean, minimal, professional with soft Newton colors, subtle gradients, and rounded corners. And then the sections it should have a hero section with a large headline introducing Phila's UX designer and a call to action button. So a call to action button is a button that tells you to do a specific action. So it would ask you to create continue, to ask you to log in, ask you to register. Those are call to action buttons. So here on the sites we made, on the websites we made, on the app we made, yes, this register is a call to action, this login is a call to action. It's calling you to perform a specific action, right? Okay, then the about, and then add an about section with a short bio and a photo placeholder. So this is where I'm gonna put my placeholder. Then the skills section with icons or cards for UX research, UI design, and prototyping. So this is my skills section, right? And then the portfolio section using 3 to 4 featured projects with project images, titles, and brief descriptions. We're gonna do that, and then we have testimonial section with 2 client quotes, then a contact session with a simple form and social media link. So here we want to design and use modern fonts like Inter, Poppins, consistent spacing, clear hierarchy, and include light, hover animation, smooth transitions, and layouts. Should be responsive and visually balanced with white spaces. So we're gonna copy this entire prompt that I have already written, and we're gonna come to bolt.new, right? And we're gonna come here and paste all of this. All right, so now it's the same way you use ChatGPT, but you need to give it context on what you want, which is why we highlighted everything you want to see on the app, except colors. We want to see what type of colors it will come up with, but we just want to see the build in the basics. Then now we go to build now, then it will start building our applications, our website from here. I'm just gonna answer this because it's a new account. School. It's just this doesn't matter at all. Okay, let's build apps. Thank you. So now, as this thing is building, is there any questions you guys have for me as we've been going? Anything you understand, you don't understand, anything of the sort? Any questions, guys, so that we can see where everyone is and everyone's head is at, right? Any questions, guys? Anything that's on your mind while this thing builds out our application? So you can see it's doing everything from the front end, the back end, and all of that stuff, which is very, very cool. So now it's more and more stuff. I think it built out our hero, it built out our about, skills, portfolio, and testimonials. It's writing that now. But as we wait, just any questions you guys would like to ask. Oh, Okay. As you can see now, it's given us like perfect. I've created a modern professional portfolio website for Phila Ngwenya with the requested actions. The thing includes sticky navigation bar with scroll sections, responsive menu, skills, all of the stuff. So now we basically have our website that we want to think. So this is absolutely crazy, right? So we can see what it does. Featured work, so it tells you the things that I've done. Look, it even has the animations that you would probably have to add it yourself, right? What client says, skills, portfolios, all of that. So let's go to about. It comes here. When you click on skills, it comes here. And goes to portfolios, the things I've worked on. Testimonials, that contact is that. How cool is this? So we can click home as well. All of these buttons are super functional, right? So let's work together. It takes us straight to this thing. You can add text on the inbox. And as software developers, you guys know that all of this takes some time to do, right? Especially if you're working on a UI platform. So here it even has these icons where you can follow me. You can click on the LinkedIn one. I don't know where it's going to take you. Okay, it just takes me to linkedin.com. You can send me an email. And with just more prompting, I can make this my full website. Isn't that cool? This is what you can do with AI, and then you can publish this. Let's publish the app so we can the website so we can see what it looks like on an actual web browser. Thing is, this also makes the website responsive, so you can make a responsive website. Reload the page to get the latest thing of Bolt. Okay, let's just wait for it to publish. And then we will do, okay, our portfolio website is published. Let's just open it. Beautiful. Let me reload the page that we get there. This is my website. See now, even though we did all of that, now you can create your own thing super quickly with just AI. And you're done. Here, you're done. This is your whole thing. This is your whole thing. You're done. You can view my work. All the buttons work. And we did it in what? Under a minute. I did it in under a minute. So this is the cool thing about AI. So then there is a question: is there any coding that accompanies what you design on Figma? Well, yes, you can. Figma does have a developer mode. So here, where is it? Here, developer mode. You can turn your stuff into functional buttons and stuff like that. But for now, with what I've just shown you, you don't need to code at all. You don't need to code at all. We can just take your designs, import them onto Wix. You can import them onto Bolt, and Bolt will do everything for you. So as you can see, it's done everything for me, right? It's done everything for me. And in a later workshop, if you guys really want it, we can actually do a workshop where we create a whole functional application with the back end, front end, everything. Even though I'm just the UX designer, I would do back end, front end, and function like it works properly. In the next workshop, we can do that. You can just tell me how great this one is on either the comments below, or you can just send messages on the Discord group if you're part of our Mousesoft people, and just let me know if this was a great workshop and if you want another one where we create a full app that you can put in your portfolio using AI, right? Then this will help you create your portfolio. Remember, usually it takes you like months to create a decent looking portfolio. Here, in like the same 2 hours where I taught you how to design an app and design a website on, we made a full portfolio which has a good description about me, which has like this animated thing and looks nice and slick in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. All I have to do is come here come here and edit. Where is the things? I think it's here by components. Um, where do they keep images? I haven't done so. It should be here about and then placeholder. Here and about, you just try find that image about me, class name, 400 text. Now it's describing. Justify absolute. Yeah, agree around it. So this might be the image. Then I just replace the image here with my picture that I want to come on this website. So here, oh no, these are the small circles. But yeah, I will find it. I'll find it where exactly they keep it. But now I have a full front end back end with just this application alone and one prompt. With other prompts, I could even make it even better. So I can say make the make the numbers in the hero section animate by counting to it. So I'm trying to animate these numbers here. Hopefully this works. But yeah, it's just a single prompt. So AI has gotten that advanced, build websites and edit them in minutes with just the right prompts. Isn't this cool? Okay, I have a question. How do we connect our domain? So you do, as if you have the right payment plan, you can come here. It will show you. So if you do a payment plan to this thing, it will show you can have custom domain support. So you can connect your own domain to the website you build. Then domain hosting here, you can create your own. You see, it takes you straight to the payment option. Then you put in your own domain, then publish. Very simple. Very simple. Then the stats numbers now animate smooth counting effect that matures when the section becomes visible. Let's see if okay. Let us publish this so we can see it. Then there was another question, I think. Personally, I feel like websites generated by these platforms look the same and are easy to spot. Also my worry. Hold on, I will answer them shortly. Also my worry is, why are they all based on React? So Codel, I don't know how to say your name. Code Leap Academy. Yes, Code Leap Academy is saying that all these websites look the same. So I'm guessing all these platforms that allow you to generate websites with AI. And then you asking me as well is why they're all based on React. So I'm not entirely sure. I could look it up for you, but my guess is React is the easiest UI coding language that helps them generate these nice quick websites using AI. So React is just the easier language for them to use to create this nice websites. Let's see. Hopefully I answered your question. There we go. That you see that I wanted the counting effect. Let's just see it again. You see, it counts all the way up. So as soon as you land on my page, you see the counting effect, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, and also Code Leap Academy. Why is it you're worried that they are all based on React? Maybe you can help us learn what the issue is, what the limits of React are as well, that you don't want to use it. Why is my LinkedIn open? Oh, this thing linked my LinkedIn. Okay, cool. All right, guys, this brings us to the end of our thing. This brings us to the end of our stream. I'm gonna take like 1 minute for the last questions, and then we can call it a day and enjoy the rest of our Friday. So just let me know your questions, and then we will we will answer them, and then we will end it here. I'm not sure if this stream is going to be available for everyone, but hopefully you took down notes, you took down lessons that you're going to be using when you're creating your next app or website. And the cool thing about all of this is that now you can even go to people and tell them, I can design your whole website for you and publish it and make sure it's live. So you can go to people like mechanics or plumbers or those that have a business but usually don't have a website that would actually benefit from having a website, because these days people try Google other people to see their validity, right? So you can say there are people who are probably Googling you and you're missing out on all of these people by not having a website. So let me help you get a website. I will design it for you. I will publish it for you, and then you can pay me for my services. Then that's how you can operate using the skills I taught you in this workshop alone. Then you can also, if you're good enough and have your portfolio ready, you can use the same portfolio to make apps and websites. You can use Bolt to make really cool apps. So you can use it to think of make apps for stuff you have been thinking about, but you don't have the proper skills or the proper UI skills, the proper coding skills or proper UI skills to make it. You can use Bolt to make those applications for you. Then from there, portfolio, send it out to companies, and that could help you get a job, because now they can see your ideas in a functional aspect, right? That's how you do it. Sneakersfootwear.sa says, how do I get clients on social media? Okay, so it's a bit outside of topic, but I'm also a marketer. So the way you can get clients on social media is in different ways. So the first one and the easiest one is to post content on whatever you are doing. So if you are sneaker footwear, I'm guessing you sell sneakers. I'm saying sneakers like the chocolate. Sneakers or shoes. You have to post content on your shoes. So you can post content on different people wearing your shoes, different people talking about your shoes, day in the life of your shoes, um, how your shoes protect people's feet from I don't know what shoes you sell, but the unique thing your shoes do. So if they are very nice sneakers and that go with everything, you can display that your sneakers go with everything. Like go with different outfits by wearing them with different outfits and making a video about it. So you make a video with a suit, make a video with a lab coat, you make a video with overall, make a video with pajamas, like all of these must be in one video, sorry. And then just show the different comparisons that you choose well with this thing. Um, yeah, just social media. If you wanna get clients, just display your product and make videos about your product. Then the next way is to DM people and see if they're interested in your product. All right. So if you don't have that many followers and you don't want to post content, you can just DM people with pictures of your stuff and asking them if they would be interested in your product, then there your sales skills will determine how you do that. But yeah, that's how you get clients on social media. All right, guys, we have ran out of time. Actually went 10 minutes overboard from what I was meant to do, but we are finally done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope um you think you did all of this. Forgetting my words. I hope you learned, you found value, and if you really want another one, just put in a comment saying we want more, and then we will do more UX things where I'll teach you other things that I do that make me such a specialist in the subject. All right. Then, if you also want to join our boot camp, that is also a option where we teach you how to do what I do, teach you how to be a UX designer, understand color psychology, font psychology, and all the stuff you need and companies are looking for. We train you and then we put you in the job readiness program and then get you a job in the field. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want a job in UX UI design or you want a job in tech, just I'm sure there's gonna be, let me just put the link here. Malsoft Academy. Malsoft UX UI. So here, I'm just gonna put it in the link. All right. Here. Then you can just click the link and join our program. All right, guys, have a wonderful Friday. We will be speaking very soon.